A long splice is used to splice the ends of two lines when you don't want to increase the diameter of the line. To start, unlay each strand about 15 twists and prepare the ends. Once you've done that, you want to marry the ends. By marrying the ends, you want to bring together the splice lines so they alternate. As you can see, one brown, one yellow, one brown, one yellow, one brown. You'll also notice that each pair corresponds with the other. These two are in line with each other. The next two are in line with each other. And finally, the third pair is in line with each other. To start the long splice, we want to select one pair. Move the other strands out of your way, and we'll use this first pair right here on top. Start by untwisting one strand and filling in with its paired strand. You'll notice a groove is left where the yellow line will go. Now that we've filled in with the first set of lines, let's start on the second pair of lines. This time, we'll unlay the yellow line and replace it with a brown line right next to it. Continue to twist and try not to get too far ahead of yourself. And again, we'll want to go until we have about 3 inches left of the brown line. If your line starts to unravel a little bit, simply give it a twist. It'll go right back into shape. And there you have the second one done. You'll notice that the last pair stays in the center. Now that all of our lines are in position, we need to make an overhand knot at each of the 3 connections. An overhand knot is simply over and under and pull through. Note how the knot here lies inside. Second one, we want to go over and back under, pull through. And finally, our third one, over and under and pull through. Now that you have the overhand knot in each of these, you want to grab a pair of scissors or a good sharp knife and cut each line about 2 inches from the rope. Once you've done this with all 4 lines, go on to the next step. Now that you've cut all your strands off at the overhand knots, the next step is to take each strand and halve it. By halve it, You simply pull the strands apart so you have two strands. And then tape the ends to make them easier to tuck. Same thing on the other side. Have the strands. Doesn't need to be exact. And tape the ends. Do that with all 6 strands. And when you're done, we'll go on to the next step. Now that you've split all your strands, we need to do the final locking tucks. To do this, each set of strands is going to be tucked over and under a twist next to it in both directions. This strand will go over this one and under the next, while this strand will go over the one next to it and under the next one. Over and under, over and under. Gently pull tight. Now let's do the same with the brown pair. We want to go over the one next to it and under the one on the other side. Don't go under the half strand you just tucked. Go under the full strand. The other strand goes in the opposite direction, over the one next to it, and under the next one. Again, pull all your strands tight, and then roll gently in your hand. Do the same for the next 2 sets. Once you've done all 12 tucks, 4 tucks per knot, and you've rolled them in your hands, go ahead and take your scissors and cut the strand off close to the rope. Now that you've completed your long splice, it should look like this. Let's compare that to a short splice. You'll notice that in the long splice, the diameter of the line is not changed much. The short splice is nearly twice the size of the original diameter of the line. This is the advantage of a long splice.